Welcome to The Explainer. This is where we dig into the big stories hiding behind the data. So today we're diving into a really fascinating contradiction in the US market. On one hand, you've got Wall Street hitting record highs, but on the other, some pretty serious warning signs are flashing out of Washington. What's the deal? All right, let's kick things off with the good stuff, because man, Wall Street really ended September with a party. And the numbers, they are pretty wild. First up, the Dow. It just completely shattered its old record, closing at a brand new all-time high on the 30th. I mean, that's a huge deal, a truly historic moment. And, it wasn't just the Dow. That good feeling was pretty much everywhere. The S&P 500, which gives you a much broader picture of the market, was up over 3%. That tells you the confidence is pretty widespread. But wow, the real star of the show, that was the tech-heavy Nasdaq. We're talking a surge of more than 5% just in September. And that's a massive clue about where all the energy and momentum is right now. Now, to really put all this into perspective for you, this wasn't just some good month. It was the strongest September the market has had in over a decade. And you got to remember, September is usually a pretty weak, kind of choppy month for stocks. So this is a really significant outlier. And this chart right here, it just lays it all out, plain and simple. I mean, look at that. The Nasdaq is just leading the pack by a mile. And that is our biggest hint for what's really fueling this whole rally. Okay, so everything sounds great, right? Well, underneath all that celebration, there are a couple of big deadlines coming out of Washington that are making a lot of people pretty nervous. So you've got two things happening. First, there's the very real risk of a government shutdown because Congress can't seem to agree on funding. And then on top of that, there's a whole new round of tariffs that are going to hit key goods like lumber and furniture. And look, this shutdown risk isn't just, another political headline you see on the news. It has real, tangible consequences. A shutdown could actually delay that vital October jobs report, which means investors and even the Fed would be totally flying blind. So with all these risks bubbling up, you're probably asking yourself, what in the world is going on? Why is the market still so optimistic? Well, the answer is just two letters, AI. The artificial intelligence sector is just absolutely on fire right now. We saw some huge news. CoreWeave's stock just exploded, up 12% after they signed this giant hardware deal. And of course, the titan, Nvidia, just keeps on climbing. It's just incredible enthusiasm. And that's really the heart of the story right now. The hype and the excitement around AI is so powerful. It's like this giant engine that's just pushing the market forward, letting investors pretty much ignore all the political storm clouds gathering in DC. Okay, so how do you navigate a market that's being pulled in two different directions like this? Let's take a look at what the experts are saying as we head into October. The general thinking seems to be, play it smart. It might be a good idea to take some of those profits off the table. Go ahead and lock in those fantastic gains. But at the same time, keep some cash handy, because if that political drama causes a dip, that could be a great buying opportunity. All right, let's wrap this up by getting specific about what you should really be watching. Let's pinpoint the key stocks and the key dates that are probably going to define the next few weeks. So, on the stock side of things, everyone's keeping a close eye on the AI leaders like Nvidia. That's a given. But folks are also looking at some old-school giants. You've got Microsoft, which is getting close to a really interesting technical buy point. Verizon's in the middle of a big strategic deal. And Visa's doing some really cool, innovative stuff with stablecoins. And seriously, you're going to want to mark your calendar because October is just jam-packed with market-moving events. You've got that jobs report, which, again, might get delayed, the date the new tariffs officially kick in, the start of third-quarter earnings season, and a huge Fed meeting to cap it all off. It's going to be a busy one. So it all boils down to this one big question for the weeks ahead, right? You have this incredible, powerful story of tech innovation with AI, clashing with the messy, uncertain reality of politics. Which one is going to win out? Will the AI hype train keep rolling despite all the bumps coming out of Washington? That is what we'll all be watching.